I got like 500 views on my last story video, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna give you another story. All right, so I got in a fight in high school. I'm not a rowdy guy. I'm not a fighter type. I don't generally try to get into it with people. Um, but here's what happened, and this is very cringy. So don't be watching this expecting to be inspired, to think I'm cool, to think I'm like a protector, awesome. No, this is just a cringy fight story. And it's going to teach all you high schoolers out there a lesson is that you just need to chill out. That's what I wish I could have told myself. So I used to eat on the lawn every day with my buddies, my best friends. We would all sort of sit on the steps together, by the grass, on the sidewalk, unpack our lunches, go to the Jewel Osco, buy chicken tenders, bring them back, eat together, shoot the shit. So anyways, it was snowing this one day, and we were still going to eat outside because, we don't want to eat in the cafeteria. My school had like 4,000 people in it, and the cafeteria had like over 1,000 people in it at any given time, even though they spread it. Anyway, so we were going outside even though it's winter, and we just got our coats on, ended up bundling up. Sometimes we get in little snowball fights and stuff like that. Push each other in the snow, chase the geese around, whatever. But then I'm sitting here and I see a different group of friends who I've never seen before start a snowball fight of their own, and it was a little more intense than the ones that I'm used to, which is like, I don't know, I would pick up some snow and like pour it down my friend's back or something, or they would like, one time my friend Gilbert just like pushed me down in the snow and I landed on my face, and he thought that was funny. I used to be like 4'8", so it was really easy to push me into the snow. But I told him I told the friend who pushed me into the snow that when we're both 80 years old and we're still friends and we're walking alongside each other, I'm going to push him down in the snow just like he pushed me. Get my revenge only 80 years later when he's a frail old man. Anyways, I digress. So I see, back to the front lawn, I see a snowball fight breaking out, and I really wanted to be a part of this because I just love snowball fights. They're so fun. It's like a war, but you don't get hurt. So I wanted to be part of this. So I told my friends, come on, let's go fight these guys. Let's go snowball fight these guys. Because I had my own group, and they had their own group. So I thought we would have like a snowball war. And then my friends, oh, they're such assholes. They just said, no, do your thing, man. I don't want to be a part of that. And I went up, and I didn't ask if I could be in the snowball fight. I decided to just test the waters and start slinging snow at people, throwing it as hard as I could. And I ended up getting some hits. And the thing is, I was like 20 yards away from them or something, and I just kept throwing snowballs at them, and they didn't even really see me. So very cringily, I was just like pelting snowballs at people I didn't know from a distance. And then finally they noticed me. And all 8 of them started throwing their snowballs at me, and I was like dodging left and right. It was starting to turn into like a dodgeball match or something, 1v8. And I was having a lot of fun. I was doing well. So I stopped throwing the snowballs softly and started to just unleash these sidearm throws with like tightly packed wet snowballs, and it would hit the people's arms, splatter everywhere. And I was the ultimate frisbee captain in high school, so I had a bit of an arm, and I was not holding, nothing like baseball pitcher or anything, but I was not holding back, and there was thunks going off of their skin. Anyways, they all started seeing me as the villain, so they were all throwing at me. And then I picked up one snowball, did an overhand throw as hard as I can, took a little pot shot, and out from behind the group of kids that I was throwing at. I'm here, the kids are here. I threw a snowball, it's flying in the air, and then here's the kids. Behind them, there's a guy opening up his lunchbox that he bought from Jewel, and he parts through the crowd, and the snowball still flying, bam, hits him right in the mouth. And the snow gets all in his food and all over his face and down his shirt. And then he sees me, and I'm just there like, oh, I'm sorry. Trying to see what he would do. Well, I didn't even apologize. I should. And then, all right, so he started walking up to me. I was walking up to him to like apologize or something. And then I saw there's like blood coming all down his lip and his mouth. And I was just like worried, man. So I was sort of like standing there, like slightly walking towards him. I was going to say sorry. But then my like weird high school brain just was too nervous to say sorry, or like I wasn't too nervous to throw snowballs at a group of 10 strangers, but I was too nervous to like say sorry. Like, I don't know, but the guy started chasing me, and I didn't even want to aggress him or anything, but he started chasing me, and I just started running away, because that's the natural response to someone who's chasing you, right? And he's right on my tail, and I decide, all right, I'm not gonna like keep running and running all the way around, like this is stupid, because I don't want him to tackle me and hit my head on the sidewalk, right? So I went into the grass, and then I like just turned around, and he like totally tackled me, and he got me on the ground. And as I was falling, my glasses fell off my face, and the guy's like on me. He's like got me by the neck and stuff, and he's like, whoops. He's like giving me a noogie and stuff, and he's like throwing these punches, right? Like, but like I didn't even feel them. Like they were, like he doesn't know how to punch. He was going like, what you do is like, if you ever watch the UFC, you gotta wind up and punch. But he was like kind of just like giving me a noogie basically. But meanwhile, I was just like shoving him off. Like, where are my glasses? These things cost like $200. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna replace these. So I get my glasses. He's still just punching the shit out of me, and I'm like, dude, let me get my glasses. So I put my glasses on, and he puts his arm across my face in front of my glasses. And I had these wireframe metal glasses at the time, and they were cutting into my face. And I was like, ow, ow. So I'm like trying to shove this guy off, but then he just gets up on his own and he walks away. And I just stand up like I'm dazed. I'm like, what just happened? And the guy is walking away like triumphantly, like he whooped my ass or something. And then his own friend was like, dude, do you know how to throw a punch? Anyways, I went back to my friends, and they were just kind of shocked. They did not help me fight or anything. So I wish I had friends who came to my assistance, you know, but they didn't help me fight. But I mean, one guy was kind of helped me through it. Later that day, there's rumors going all around the high school about it, and I hear, did you hear like someone got in a fight, like on the front lawn today by door O? Did you hear that? And like I hear these whispers like all in the hallway, like, and it wasn't even near like where the fight happened. It was like some random part of the school where I heard this. And it's so weird to like hear something that you did and like hear people like whispering about it and like knowing it's you. And I got like this bloody cut on my face, and I thought I was cool and stuff for getting beat up basically. But I wasn't. I didn't even, like, I heard people talking about me, and I could have been like, hey, that was me. But again, the social anxiety was too high back then, so I didn't tell anyone what happened at all. And I didn't find the guy again later, although I wanted to. I thought I saw the same guy. He was like a tall guy with curly black hair. And then, like, I remembered what his eyes looked like, and I went up to him. And I wanted to start the fight again because I didn't want to like leave it at that. So I start like waving the middle finger at the guy. I'm like, screw you, man. Like, screw you for what you did. And then the guy's like, huh? What? Did something happen? And then the guy he looks like he's like weirded out, and he's like nervous. And I'm like, dude, screw you. And he's like, what are you talking about? So the guy who like beat me up just pretended that he didn't know what happened. So that was a really unsatisfying ending to my fight story. I never found him again after that. I just remember him like lying about not remembering me. And that's a lesson that can apply to everybody, which is sometimes, even if you have pent up aggression, rage, and angst from being a high schooler, you don't need to physically assault people with snowballs. Thank you.